beautiful people, it's your girl Jana, and I'm back today with yet another video. And today, you and I are gonna be taking a look at a couple of videos that are so scary, you are not supposed to watch them alone. And very clearly, I am completely by myself, so I'm sure things are about to get very interesting. If you guys are ready, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into it.
This scary video is trending in the Arabic-speaking YouTube community. After witnessing something terrifying, this man flees to his car, but that something is there waiting for him. The creepy video, originally posted to TikTok by elkakoi.tv, also reveals what initially scared the man.
Still.
But as we already know how it ends, the man clearly has nowhere to run.
So it looks like this guy is dealing with some sort of haunted doll. And let me tell you, the doll definitely looks terrifying. It has this incredibly long dark hair and a really pale face. Literally the moment this guy tries to run away from it, it seems to teleport inside his car. I do, however, find it interesting that when the doll was turning around, it didn't really seem to be moving its legs whatsoever. It was literally just like rotating in the same spot. I don't know, that is definitely a little bit bizarre. However, I would still not want to mess with this doll regardless, just in case.
YouTubers Cazadores de Sombras investigate the spirit of the old Macubero in this scary video. While exploring the spirit's lair, they are startled by an unexplained sound.
Bateu na porta.
As they're investigating the matter, another noise is heard in the next room.
Aí, mano, aí, ó. Quebrou aqui o vidro, aqui, ó. Quebrou o vidro. Tem outra janela de vidro aqui? Não sei essa, mano.
But again, nothing. They then do some type of ritual involving dropping a chain in a well, presumably to call up the spirit, and the ritual is successful.
So you go inside of a haunted place and then you perform a ritual. Obviously, crazy stuff is gonna start happening. You're about to awaken whatever spirits live in there. And I'm really not sure if that's a good idea.
Pode deton nostrum.
O que é isso aí? Pode jogar?
Terminei.
Shortly after, the spirit shows itself.
Já deu certo.
Nossa, doendo muito meu irmão, velho.
O
que é isso aí?
Que é isso aí, mano? O que é isso aqui, velho? Sai daí, mano. Sai. Tá vindo atrás, sai, vai.
Is this the old Macubero?
O que é isso aí?
Que é isso aí, mano? O que é isso aqui, velho?
Sai.
Whatever this spirit is, I'm pretty sure it's not friendly.
I'm personally way more concerned with the fire in the background because it fully looks like the entire place is about to burn down. As for whatever spirit was standing in front of it, I mean, it definitely looks bizarre. However, it also looks a little bit just like a regular guy wearing a hat. So I'm not too sure if that's the spirit or not. Regardless, you might want to call up the fire department.
The best place to see ghosts, cemeteries of course, as these paranormal investigators confirm. They posted this haunted cemetery video in October of 2019, writing, two different husband and wife paranormal investigators accompany GOCM 1 week apart to investigate a known haunted cemetery. The 45-minute video includes creepy screaming heard in the darkness as the investigators examine tombstones, as well as random voices heard using an EVP, a child laughing. Some of the ghosts even ask for help to leave.
What the?
A reminder to bring your EVP along the next time you enter the cemetery.
Oh my god, that actually fully sounded like someone was saying help. Now listen, I do feel like if you're going inside of a cemetery, you're probably gonna experience some paranormal stuff. I do wonder though why the spirits would be asking for help, because aren't cemeteries a peaceful place for people to lay to rest? I don't know you guys, but this one is definitely creepy. I mean, the voice was pretty undeniable.
This quick EVP is a direct message from the beyond.
Have you guys done a lot of spaceships? Have you guys done a lot of friendship?
Okay, wow, that is another voice that is clear as day. Usually when people catch audios of ghosts, it's kind of like difficult to hear. This, however, is not difficult to hear at all. Someone very clearly tells them to go away. And if I were them, I would listen.
There's a crystal clear male voice whispering, "Go away." No one in the room seems to notice it. I don't think there's much room for interpretation here. The spirit gave us an order, so we should probably listen.
And you know what? The fact that they didn't hear it in the moment is even scarier because it means that the camera was picking up on the voices that even they couldn't hear, which we have definitely seen it happen in the past. I think maybe camera microphones are a little more sensitive than even our ears. They must have been absolutely shook watching that footage back and hearing that, because I know I would be.
Submitted to the Chills Narrator subreddit by BushWookie83, this redditor wrote, "Looks like Mike Myers paying me a visit. WTF is that? Let's watch their submission and see what they're talking about."
Give me Ben. Hey man. That was cool. What are you doing? What's going on?
I'm sorry, that is cool? That is not cool. That is freaking terrifying. I have to be honest, you guys, this one is probably the scariest one we have seen so far. Somebody is staring inside this guy's house. I don't understand how he's being so chill about this. I would be losing my freaking mind. It genuinely looks like Michael Myers is pulling up on him.
There was certainly some debate about this video in the comments. Duck Consume Bread wrote, "Man, I don't know how you could just sit there. I'd already be moved out, lol." While Neo One Lone Wolf 6985 wrote, "It looks like the reflection of your flashlight on your phone, reflecting on certain parts of the glass, giving off the illusion of a face actually."
If it was his phone's flashlight reflecting in the window, wouldn't it be moving around as he was moving around? And from what I see, whatever that is standing perfectly still, just staring through the freaking glass. I do not like that whatsoever. Something about just being watched through a window is so terrifying.
This poltergeist is about to throw down. Redditor What I Imagine shares this video of a very aggressive ghost. Due to the poltergeist's aggression, I'm convinced that this isn't staged. How can anything but the paranormal act unseen with such aggression? Many in the comments think this video was staged with fishing line. I don't know though.
If it was staged with fishing line, I don't know how they would have moved the chair, because the chair was very clearly getting pulled towards the wall. So unless someone was inside the wall pulling the fishing line, I don't really see how that would work. Whatever spirit is doing that seems to be incredibly angry, like borderline violent. They're literally just throwing things left and right. Definitely let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you think this is genuine paranormal activity, or do you think it's a little bit of a hoax?
YouTuber Om Vlogs stayed in this haunted hotel for 24 hours and they didn't get a wink of sleep. It all began with the closest doors.
तो ये गेट ना अभी खुला प्रियांक प्रियांक उठ 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 ना उठ 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 ये देखो ये अबे ये देख सामने देख गेट ये देख
They slam closed but then open again. They open wide enough to reveal that there's no one inside.
क्या करें जाके देखो तुम देख जाके देखो देख अभी मूवमेंट है देख मूवमेंट है ये भी ये पूरा खुल गया देख
See, I was gonna say it could be someone in the closet just opening it and closing it, but it genuinely looks like nobody was in there, making this even more unexplainable.
Later, they believe something is in the bathroom. Watch for the shadow in the corner.
ये और
While the YouTuber thinks that this is a shadow person, I think it could belong to him. Watch it again. Could it just be the way this light falls in the bathroom?
I don't really know what shadow he's talking about. I'm having trouble seeing any shadow at all. Let me know if you guys see anything, but I definitely don't. Not to say that this place isn't haunted, because that closet incident was definitely weird. I'm just saying I did not see a shadow.
A YouTuber called Bangladesh Ghost Hunter, together with his trusty dog Thomas, go exploring abandoned houses and other fabled haunted places deep in the woods. One of their freakier finds takes place at night deep in the woods, where scary things are caught on camera, beginning with a scream.
এবং আপনারা ওয়েট এই জন্য কিন্তু থমাস কোথায় দেখো তো।
As they strain into the darkness, a large number of weird things are caught on camera that deserve further analysis.
ওখানে কিছু আছে, ঠিক আছে, এই জন্য কিন্তু থমাস কোথায় দেখো তো ছিল, মানে হা করে সেই ধোঁয়াগুলো খাচ্ছি না থমাস।
You can definitely hear sounds around them, but keep in mind they're literally in the middle of a forest. Even though it's nighttime, there's still so many animals all around you. And when you hear rustling, that is most likely what you're hearing. This is definitely the first time we have seen a dog go ghost hunting, and it is freaking adorable. Not to mention, dogs can definitely sense paranormal activity way better than humans can. It's just that in this case, I do think they're probably just hearing animals.
At 5 minutes and 40 seconds, a strange yellow orb glances across the camera and goes away. 2 seconds later, he turns his head as this pink aura is caught on camera that may or may not be the cameraman's finger, but in that moment, a strange wispy mist rains down on him that he can't see. 20 minutes and 40 seconds is when they finally see it. A form between two trees in the shape of a person. The flashlight chances upon it for but a brief moment and then it's gone. But it's still there watching them. Of that, I am sure.
Okay, that part was definitely a little bit creepy, but they went over it so quickly that I can't really be sure if it was a person or just like a tree or a bunch of leaves that looked like a person. As for the mist, it might have just been their breath. And like he said, the pink orb could have been the cameraman's finger. So this one is definitely a bit iffy to me. Could it be paranormal activity? Possibly. Most likely though, I don't really think it's anything paranormal. It's probably just a bunch of nature sounds and being in the dark making them definitely a little on edge. Because I know if I was in the middle of a forest in the middle of the night, I would probably start seeing and hearing things out of fear, which is what I'm assuming is happening in this video.
Is Lainey and Ben's poltergeist getting stronger? Watch this video and judge for yourself. As usual, the poltergeist seems to be most active in the kitchen.
Activity more and more aggressive.
He has even resorted to ruining their dinner.
Poltergeist just seem to be so frustrated.
And he isn't finished. It goes without saying that Lainey and Ben share space with one of the most active poltergeists on YouTube.
The way that glass of water got ripped out of his hand, that was definitely really scary. I have to say this seems to be an incredibly active spirit, constantly moving things around and even throwing stuff. So not only is it active, but it's also potentially violent. I truly cannot imagine living with such an active spirit. It must be so terrifying and also borderline annoying. I bet this family is so over all the paranormal activity.
This video reminds every paranormal explorer to be always on their guard. The Redditor is driving down a dirt road at night in what appears to be the boonies with no lights around apart from a faint, distant glow, and yet in the middle of nowhere they come upon a rundown white house. It's dark and clearly abandoned, or so you think, as the Redditor drives slowly past, shining a flashlight onto the house. He spotlights its empty and broken windows, nothing else. That is, until he zooms in on a center window. Here appears a white hooded figure without discernible features. The realization of what they're seeing scares them enough to drop their camera and drive away. While many Redditors in the comments believe the figure is a squatter rather than a ghost, this sighting at an assumedly abandoned house would be unsettling regardless. The Redditor writes in the comments, "I've been in the house once and it's like the people living there just up and left clothes in closets, dishes in the sink, toys on the floor. It was wild. I got halfway down the hallway and something that felt like pure evil came over me and I ran back out." He also shares some still photos with varying exposures that he took from the clip. What do you see in the Rorschach ink blot?
Oh, I know what I see. There is a person staring right back at them through that window. When I saw that, I can't lie to you, I got full body chills. Now, whether it's a squatter or an actual ghost, I'm not too sure. However, either way, it is really scary to me, especially considering they're fully staring back at the camera. That really freaked me out. This is why you should never approach abandoned houses, because they're abandoned for a reason.
Posted by Gary B8632 to the Chills Narrator subreddit. Gary explains that his sister visited an abandoned hospital months ago and removed a glass bowl and a basket from the place. Now it seems like something else came with these taken pieces. The Redditor says his sister was alone in her room around 3 a.m. However, beyond the desk, a shadow figure clearly manifests on the wall, appearing for a moment before vanishing into the darkness of the hallway. The Redditor claims that his sister has been waking up with marks ever since. Did she remove a cursed artifact from the property? And is this shadow person somehow possessing these cursed objects?
Never, and I mean absolutely never, take any object out of a paranormal place, because spirits will attach themselves to that object and then come home with you. And then things like this are gonna happen. I bet you if she didn't bring those objects home, she would have never experienced any paranormal activity. But clearly she brought home way more than just a couple of objects. She brought home an entire entity. I think what she needs to do is completely get rid of those objects, probably bring them back to exactly where she took them from, and then find a way to cleanse her entire house. Hopefully that solves the problem.
After experiencing paranormal events in his family home, this man decided to take some video to see if he could capture anything on camera. Let's take the haunted tour. What is happening here? He finds a flower on the stairs. He claims no one in the household knows where it came from. Is this knock a warning, as the YouTuber believes? Well, upstairs in the bedroom, it happens again. Something just threw the clothes from the wardrobe. If those knocks were a warning, I'd take the clothes as a clear message.
Yeah, it looks like the ghost wants you to pack it up and get out of there. And honestly, after hearing all that, I don't know why you wouldn't want to get the hell out. Clearly, there's crazy noises coming from all over the house. Not to mention that really random flower in the middle of the stairs. It definitely looks like somebody is trying to send him a message. And the message is probably get the hell out of here.
Posted by Omni King Arceus 2 to the Chills Narrator subreddit. The uploader claims this video may be proof of the existence of banshees. Dressed in long green dresses under gray cloaks with long hair and red eyes from constant crying, banshees appear or are heard by those whose family members or acquaintances have passed. The banshee's cry is described as mournful beyond all other sounds on earth, and when heard in the silent night, it is said to predict the passing of someone close to the listener, or may even be a warning of the person's own forthcoming passing. This clip shows an Irish woman named Nicole walking from a shrieking sound outside her home. For some reason, she decides to head out into the darkness to investigate. While outside, she pauses for a moment to listen, and the haunting wailing is heard again.
I'm gonna be honest, I have never heard screaming like that in my entire life. It absolutely does not sound like a human being, and it doesn't sound like any animal I've heard. Something about the noise is definitely really unnerving. I cannot imagine hearing it when you're all alone. It must be absolutely terrifying.
As she continues wandering in the darkness, she addresses whatever creature is making the noise, saying she's not there to hurt it, but to help it. Not long after, there's a shape in the darkness. You can hardly make it out, but it appears like a robed figure. Again, the shrieking noise is heard. The frightened young woman turns to hurry back inside. In the extended version of the video, the woman explains what happened after she returned home. She said when she arrived at the back door, it was locked. She went to another back door and there was a comb on her desktop. She says she doesn't use combs. She wonders if ghosts groom themselves. What is going on here? Angela Elliott added that if you hear the banshee, then an acquaintance will pass away, and if you see one, then you will. As a matter of fact, in the clip, Nicole gets a phone call telling her that a schoolmate was found passed away.
Okay, so that's actually really freaking sad. It looks like when you see this creature, it's supposed to mean that you are going to suffer a loss, or you may even be next. So clearly this is not a creature that you ever want to run into, but unfortunately it looks like this girl did. That robed figure in the middle of the darkness looked absolutely terrifying, and then coming back to see that your door was locked, clearly something paranormal is definitely going on here.
While investigating the Hinsdale house, YouTuber Mo Sargi summoned the weeping woman, and he lived to regret it. While speaking through a spirit box, he received some answers.
Was there actually an exorcism here? Oh my, that was a yes.
And like an evil. Like it was mad.
But the interview is cut short.
Was it a priest? Behind you, behind you! What? Behind you? Something just appeared behind you! Something just appeared behind you!
What?
Like a fucking mist, like oh my god! Holy f***!
I don't blame him. I'd be done too if I just seen La Llorona in the flesh.
So I guess the guy saw something appear behind the cameraman. Unfortunately, we don't really get to see what it is, but he definitely looked really terrified. So clearly he saw something. When you're talking to spirits about exorcisms, you're definitely gonna experience some crazy stuff. But alright you guys, we finally made it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. Definitely let me know in the comments which of these clips made you the most terrified. I have to say that clip of that abandoned house where somebody was staring at them through the window absolutely left me so terrified. I don't really know what it was about it, but it was just insanely scary. Definitely makes me never want to approach an abandoned house. And honestly, I was never even planning to. I love you guys so much. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.